Welcome back to the current episode of Sippin with Steven. And do we have a treat for you today? To my right is Bo Garrett, the senior brand builder for Wild Turkey. And he is going to tell you what is so special about that little distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. We've got 4 products he's going to talk about, a little bit about the experience we had when we picked a barrel last year. But first and foremost, Bo, welcome to Sippin with Steven. Thank you for taking time to come up here. Some folks may not realize that your colleague Kevin Bradley was my former cameraman. Want to give a shout out to Kevin. He is very much missed here at the Fraser. Our loss was your all's gain. So with that being said, when people come into Kentucky, I have to think one of the top 3 distilleries they're going to be thinking about, and maybe I ranked you too low, is going to be coming in at Wild Turkey because of Mr. Jimmy Russell, Mr. Eddie Russell, and all the Russell family. Can you tell me what makes it so special working with those folks and the experience you get at Wild Turkey?
Those that entire family, they are every bit as genuine as people think they are when they meet them, right?
So cool.
They really make everybody there feel like it's a family type atmosphere.
Like you're a guest?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just everybody is made to feel welcome, and especially if Jimmy's there. I mean, that's the highlight of everybody's day. Yeah. But he really doesn't look at it. One of the things I love about Jimmy Russell, he does not grasp that legend status that he has now. He will tell you, I'm just Jimmy. But they do make it feel like a very family type atmosphere.
He's a very humble man, and he's passed that trait on to his son and to his grandson. I will tell you this because we had done a barrel pick. I'm lucky enough to be part of our barrel selection team. And we came up and we picked a barrel and were treated just the way that you said. And then you were kind enough to lead us through a tasting. Very, very great experience. But I have to say, it's taken all the attention I have, powers of concentration when I see these 4 great bottles out here in front of me, to not immediately go to this. Would you do the Sippin with Steven viewers a favor and kind of highlight these 4 and what makes them so special? Because they're going to go into the Fraser Bottle Hall once we're done filming here.
Yeah, so the first one would be the Wild Turkey 8-year age stated 101. Now that was a product that from 1992 started going export only.
Okay.
Finally brought it back home last year. That would have been the first type of 101 that young Jimmy Russell would have been working on.
How exciting.
Yeah, so now it's back in the States and people can find it. It is a fantastic bottle.
Terrific.
The second one is the Rare Breed Bourbon. I love it. Now, it is one of our most popular things. And actually the idea for Rare Breed Bourbon that Jimmy came up with came from following behind one of his best friends by the name of Booker No.
Okay.
So when Booker puts out Bookers, Jimmy and Booker were very tight. And Jimmy said, I knew exactly what he was doing and what barrels he was looking for, and it made no sense to do the same thing.
Right.
So he said his idea for Rare Breed Bourbon, basically give everybody a little bit of everything Wild Turkey makes in one bottle at barrel proof and let you drink it the way you want to.
It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite brands, so we're right in my wheelhouse. So the story behind it is terrific.
Yes, yeah, the fact, and we had a Kentucky Spirit product. This is the other single barrel we do. That was following up behind his other buddy who happened to be named Elmer T. Lee. So when I'm talking about that family atmosphere, those guys were all like family with each other.
That's a walk down memory, bourbon royalty memory lane.
And just they hung out together all the time.
Yeah, very cool.
The third bottle would be the Rare Breed Rye Whiskey. Now that was actually a Eddie Russell product. I know it says Rare Breed on it and it's got Jimmy's name on it, but Eddie is actually the guy who put that together. And he said his idea for Rare Breed Rye Whiskey was actually to take Jimmy's idea for Rare Breed Bourbon and create a rye whiskey. So he used 4, 6, and 8-year-old barrels to create his rye whiskey. That one. They used Jimmy's recipe, which is kind of ironic. Jimmy doesn't drink rye whiskey, but it is his recipe. Well. And so this one is a non-chill filtered product. Now, Eddie Russell has told me before that he doesn't think whiskey should be chill filtered because that ain't the way it was originally created.
Right.
Personally, I'm Team Eddie. I love the difference in a non-chill filtered whiskey with that more oily, buttery mouthfeel to it. And that last one, that's the Russell's 13.
Well, before you go into much detail about that, I got to tell you how grateful the people from the Fraser were that when we came and did our barrel pick and you led us on a tasting, You all pulled, this is how nice and generous you folks are. You pulled out a bottle, maybe not this bottle, but a bottle of Russell 13. You shared it for us. And a lot of times when things are built up, they don't always deliver. You all knocked it out of the park. I didn't even care. I went to the gift shop and was looking to buy a bottle, and it wasn't coming in until like July.
Right.
So I wasn't able to do it, but it was spectacular. It did not let down. So a little bit of, let the folks know about the 13-year-old.
So the Russell's 13 is an annual release that Eddie did. He started it out. He did not think it was going to be an annual release. He thought it was a one-time and done thing. Mm-hmm. But what happens is with the Russell 13, it started going into the spirits competitions. It won every single one it got put into.
That'll make you change your mind, won't it?
It blew up. It literally blew up. That was one of the, when it gets to that point where you can't find it, and if you do, you got to skip a house payment kind of bottle.
You got to dig deep.
That's what that turned into. Yeah. So every one of them, starting with that first one until this one that you're looking at right here, they were all coming in at 114.8 proof is what they wanted them to be.
Okay.
Well, now finally, we've got the means and the ways to do it now where we can actually, every Russell's 13 on the annual basis now, it's going to have its own proof point.
That's spectacular.
The way it should have been done the first time.
Awesome. Well, now what we're going to do is in Sippin' with Stephen tradition, I see two Glencairn glasses that I happen to say Wild Turkey Private Barrel Selection on them. Don't know how that happened. We're going to take the product that's in there, and you're going to let the folks know what we're tasting and what makes this product so special. Maybe that's what we call a teaser to get them to come to Lawrenceburg and get to have a tasting and a tour with you firsthand, and I can tell them how spectacular of an experience that is. Or maybe they get Kevin, and either way you're going to win. You're going to have a 100% great experience. So let's take these and why don't you tell the folks what we have in here?
What we have in here is one of the Russell's Reserve single barrel bourbons. Now, the whole idea for Russell's Reserve actually came from Jimmy's 45th anniversary.
Okay.
That's why Russell's Reserve became a thing, because the company thought Jimmy was going to retire at 45 years. So they wanted to do something special and put his name on it.
Sure.
He just hit 71 years. That was a little bit premature to think that.
That was a little premature.
But that's literally how Russell's came about. Now, with the Russell's single barrels, you can't make two taste the same. It's impossible.
Okay.
But we can look for a profile in a barrel that would fit, well, oh, this fits the Russell's profile.
Well, let's give this a taste. Give it a quick profile. Got a great nose.
Oh, yeah.
And let's. Boy, that's like butter.
That's a good bourbon.
That is. Before we should have done that, cheers to Wild Turkey. Cheers to the Russell family. Cheers to you. Thank you for you and for Kevin Bradley for coming up and being part of this. And I cannot emphasize enough, folks, if you are coming into Kentucky, or if you're a Kentuckian and you want to hit one of the heritage distilleries that you have to go to, I cannot emphasize enough that you need to visit Wild Turkey. Check out those folks, check out their story, and cheers.